Welcome back to the channel. My name is Matthew and this is Matt Cart, where me and my beautiful wife Veronica go out to garage sales and thrift stores to find things to resell on our eBay store. And in today's video, I'm going to let you know some items that maybe you didn't realize sell well on eBay and have a very fast sell-through rate. These are based on some of our most recent sales during the past few weeks, so I wanted to talk about them and also talk about how I found them and where you in the future can potentially find these type of items for your eBay store. Now I know as a reseller, you probably go around to a ton of thrift stores and garage sales, and sometimes you might waste some time going through aisles, looking at a particular item, trying to figure out whether or not these are going to sell through fast. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to have inventory that just takes up space, especially considering how expensive space is becoming nowadays, especially if you live in a city. I mean, prices for houses are through the roof. That's one of the reasons why we actually moved from Toronto to Calgary, so we can have more space for our eBay store and potentially pay less on sales tax, which is one of the benefits to living in Calgary currently. Now, some of the items that we sold, we actually didn't pick up in Calgary. A lot of them were actually from Toronto, and I'm going to go through all the specifics on how we found them and what we sold them for. So this item we actually found at a Goodwill bins in Calgary. It was a Star Trek Captain Kirk figure.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
We sold it for $50 on eBay, and we basically paid for the weight at the Goodwill bins, and considering the size and how much this actually weighed, we probably paid less than 50 cents for this item. So that's a fantastic flip. Always be on the lookout for action figures, especially at places like the bins, because you're paying by the weight, and sometimes the weight is so little that it's pretty much a free item. I also always pick out any sort of Lego pieces that I see buried into the bins, because a lot of that just adds up, and then you can always just sell the bulk if you're not going to sell it on Bricklink or keep it for yourself. You can always just sell it locally. Lego really sells fast, especially Lego bulk. Remember, trends are always your friend until the end. So whenever there is a trend for a particular hobby like Barbies, you have to sell them on eBay, especially if you've had them in your inventory for a long time. Get those listed if they're not listed yet, because the Barbie film actually led to, in my opinion, quite a few Barbie sales, because these items we got at a yard sale in Toronto, we paid 25 cents each for these Barbies. She was pretty much just getting rid of everything, all of her old collection from the 80s, and some of them sold really well, and I actually think that the Barbie film had a lot to do with that. We sold 2 Barbies during the past week, and both were vintage. One sold for $40, and that was the Day to Night Barbie from 1985, and it also came with all of the accessories as well. We also shipped another 80s Barbie, Peaches and Cream. We sold it for $77. We actually accepted an offer. We had it originally listed for $98, but I thought, considering how long it was in our store, I felt like it was good to get it off the books and sell into the hype for the Barbie film.
Wow, this is the real world. What's going on?
This other item we also found at the Goodwill bins, and we actually made a video covering this particular item and all the other ones that we got in that same haul, and it's Lego Bionicle. We found a very rare Lego Bionicle figure, and I had it listed for $120 based on all the sales that I saw on eBay, and we ended up accepting an offer for $90, which I thought was really good considering it was missing a few pieces, but it was mostly complete, and considering how rare and how much this sold for in the past, I thought it was a great flip, and it sold quite fast as well. We sold some Lego Dimensions bases and the gamepad to go along with it. We actually found this at a thrift store in Toronto over a year ago, and it finally sold for $24 on eBay. Always be on the lookout in the toy section. Sometimes video game stuff can actually be like mixed in there as well, so it's always good to do a nice scrub down throughout the entire section to find other pieces that might sell faster than just like broken toys or weird plushies. We sold a jersey, a rugby jersey. I always look for jerseys more than anything else when it comes to clothing. I just have a really good eye for jerseys, and I know that people collect them, unlike clothing. Some people do collect clothing, but a lot of it, unless it's a vintage t-shirt, it's just something people are gonna wear, so why would they not just go to a thrift store, in my opinion, or go to like cheap places like H&M if they just want something that looks nice but doesn't actually last long. When it comes to jerseys, there are collectors out there, and I sold a rugby jersey, a Scottish rugby jersey, for $30 when you picked it up for $5 at a thrift store. That's another great find.
My little pony, my little pony. Comb and brush her hair.
My Little Pony, My Little Pony. We sold another pony figure that we got in the same lot with those Barbies back in Toronto. Probably the best yard sale we've ever been to. When I think about it now, it's actually definitely the greatest yard sale we've ever been to. I think we spent like $5.50 total, and we've probably already sold about $1,000 of goods from that particular yard sale, and we still probably have another $200 to $300 in stuff left to sell that's sitting in our eBay store. Now this was the Pony Morgan and Sundance from 1983, a very vintage Hasbro My Little Pony toy. We had it listed for $105 and we've sent multiple offers in the past. For some reason, no one bit on the item. However, when we were in bed one night, we woke up to a notification that said it sold for full price, $105. A fantastic score, and definitely guys, be on the lookout for vintage toys because they sell for big bucks. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like down below and also let me know, in your opinion, what are the best things that you notice sell well and fast in your eBay store. I hope all the stuff that I let you guys know in today's video was useful, and maybe you also have some of these hiding at your local thrift store, and maybe they'll be at your next yard sale. Regardless, it's always good to be on the lookout for collectibles and things that sell fast on eBay. With that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one.